Welcome everyone back to another episode of the Mates Rates podcast. Welcome to a different setup. I got my little plant here, and I've got my messy fucking shelves in the back, and my door, whatever. If you're watching the video version, that is. My sister is currently staying with me and my wife, so the office doubles as a guest room. And why am I letting you guys know this completely useless bit of information? But if you want to know why, there's a different set of the video version. There you go. Now you have an answer. Are you happy? Good. Great. This set is definitely not here to stay as well. This is just for today, and I'm lazy as fuck. Don't have any lights set up either. So this is all natural. So if you came for the video version and you expected something more attractive with me without any of this shit, I'm actually not sorry, because you're not disappointed, because I'm actually completely flawless and super attractive. All right, let's dive straight into it. It is fucking early. No, and it's not super early. It's like 10 a.m. But I've just been so fucking busy. I've just had so much shit on. So I am trying to do this. This is Wednesday right now. I'm recording this, and I'm going to try and get this out fucking today if I can. Sometime this afternoon. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Yeah, so I just kind of had to chuck this together in the hopes I can kind of get this shot and get this done, which is good, okay? It's good. I've got a lot of shit happening. None of this, again, all right, this is the no bullshit kind of fucking podcast. There's nothing hectic happening. I do have projects happening in the works. On top of that, I do have my own work because, yeah, as I said in the last episode, I thought I could wind into this year, and it's quite the fucking opposite. But I woke up this morning, and again, this is only if you're watching the video version. I woke up this morning, cleaned my beard up, had a nice shower, washed my hair, did it, like whatever's left of my hair, that is. And I was like, fuck, I feel good. I'm just gonna dive into this fucking podcast episode. I've got like writing and shit to do that I need to do after this, and I gotta like sort some things out. I've got like a full day ahead of me, and I'm glad that I'm sitting down and doing this podcast, because I can kind of just run in the background while it's exporting and shit, and hopefully I can get this up sometime in the afternoon. That'd be really tight. I'm gonna aim for that. It's like my little goal for the day. Anyways, so as you can kind of tell, I've had a bit of a crazy week. Yesterday, let's just start off right off the bat. Yesterday, I almost got robbed. Now, okay, pause. I grew up in, granted, it's a nice town where I grew up, but that doesn't stop the fact that it is like a low socioeconomic town, and a lot of motherfuckers got robbed growing up. It was just what happened, you know? Yeah. You just get beaten up by some people and your shit gets stolen. No, this was advanced stealing. Someone tried to hack into my fucking bank account. So yesterday morning, I get this text from ANZ being like, did you authorize this transaction? And I thought it was my PS5 money coming out, because, spoiler alert, my PS5 is fucking on its way, which is really sick. But I was like, no, that's not how. It's like $700 for my PS5, and this wasn't that. And I was like, okay, this is not right. So I get a call from ANZ, and they're like, yeah, this is like telltale signs of someone that's trying to hack into your shit to make sure that like your account is active, and then it's going to take everything. And I was like, fuck, okay. And they're like, yeah, so unfortunately we got to cancel your card. And they're like, do you have any direct debits coming out? And I was like, well, I've got this PS5 pre-order, which, by the way, I pre-ordered in fucking September. So I was like, oh, fuck, like, if I get booted off this list, I don't know when I'm going to get my PS5. This is literally, like, the biggest first world problem you'll ever hear me complain about. So I was like, I've got that coming out. But luckily, I got my credit card, so I just switched it out, blah, blah, blah. And it was all good. But, yeah, that was great. It's also really hilarious, because the other day I started doing, again, this is just like first world problems through the fucking max. I started researching and looking into investing in stocks because I'm a freelancer and I don't have a retirement plan. I actually, like, being real for a sec, I didn't know if I was even going to make it to retirement age, but now I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I will. So I started looking into like long-term investing and shit. And then this happened and I was like, okay, maybe my bank account trying to be hacked is like a sign to be like, nah, don't do it, dog. Don't do it. Just keep that money and just spend it. So, shout out to ANZ for getting on top of it. Shout out to the hackers that didn't get to my account. The account number that was saved is 64321 And the password for that, the BSB as well is like 337429. My password is D's nuts as well. So again, thank you for ANZ for making sure that my account is always protected. Again, that is D's nuts with a capital D and 69420 at the end of the password. So thank you again, ANZ. You can run those numbers back. To clarify, if you are a hacker listening to this, you can actually put in those numbers and just clarify that that was the account that was trying to be hacked. So, yeah. All right. I'm sorry if I'm coughing and shit. I'm just still trying to wake up a little bit. So, moving right along. This might be a short episode as well. I know I'll probably say that nearly every fucking episode, but this might actually be a short one because I've got a ton of things to attend to and I'm not as energized. I normally do these podcast episodes in the afternoon when I've done a bunch of shit. I'm in the rhythm. I've had like a second wind, second coffee, all that type of shit. But we'll see. All right. Okay, where the fuck am I at? Because my notes are all over the place. Okay, all right. Let's dive into what else I did this week. So I went to a shopping center. Okay, that's not important, but there's like, well, pretty much there's like Apple stores in every fucking shopping center here, and we walked past the Apple store in this shopping center. Sorry, pause. And I have found out that Apple is the new hell. Like, people want to work there, but from like an outsider's perspective, you don't want to work at Apple. Like, just going past the store, it was like Saturday morning or some shit, and the line was fucking huge out the front. They had to section off the walkway of the fucking shopping center because of there was so many people trying to get into Apple because, I don't know, they forgot their fucking password or their shit got hacked or whatever, or they broke it. Doesn't matter. A myriad of things of people trying to get in the Apple store, and I'm like, I just looked at all the workers and they looked miserable as fuck, and I was like, fuck, man, I feel for these people. It's like it's like JB HiFi, right? Because JB HiFi was around before Apple stores. The first Apple store in Australia came out when I was in high school. So, and I remember when that came out and I was like, fuck, it'd be so cool to work there because it looked really cool. It was the same as JB HiFi. I really wanted to work. I think everyone that was into fucking hardcore music and had tattoos actually, that's the criteria to work at JB HiFi. They don't care about your resume. They're just like, you walk in, they size you up and down, and they're like, hey, come to the CD section for a minute. Hey, just out of curiosity, what CD would you pick here? You go past like the country, go past the pop, and you go to that back corner section where it says punk, emo, and hardcore. And then you're just looking at the records, and they're just like, congratulations, you got the job. Just not even, that's it. That's all they do. That is the hiring process at JB HiFi. That's exactly what they do. So if you ever want to get a job at JB HiFi, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Anyways, that was a fucking sidetrack moment there. Um, but yeah, working at JB HiFi was super desirable, and it was the same as Apple because the store looked amazing, and I was like, "Fuck!" You get to be around all these like cool tech and all this type of shit. Because granted, like, let's be real here, if you're a tech person, Apple do like a lot of fucking cool shit. And watch that, 10 minutes into the podcast, I'm gonna watch my analytics. Everyone's just gonna log off. They're like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And granted, I don't, but I'm just assuming Apple has like the forefront of a lot of tech. Anyways, this ain't the fucking tech podcast. So anyways, going back to it, huge fucking line out the front. And I was thinking to myself, what happened here, right? This is the new JB HiFi. It's the new retail hell. It's like, you just have to deal with the most, here's a fucking story for you. I just remembered this. So I had to get my laptop screen replaced when I was in Sydney for like a work trip. And I somehow luckily managed to get in and get it replaced before I left. I was only there for like 3 days, which was really sick. But when I went in to collect it, I was just sitting around and they're like, oh yeah, come in, sit here, and you just sit around and wait for it, like for them to bring out your product. This girl, now, okay, it's still, my brain's still warming up, but I'm trying to recollect the words properly. So this girl had her phone broken and she was getting it replaced. That's the whole premise of why she was there. Now, what the fuck did she... I forgot exactly what she said, but it was something along the lines of, no, she was with her grandparents or something, with her granddad, and like she had another phone, and she was just like, yeah, but I want my other phone so I can have them both again. This bitch is in high school and she's got two fucking... What are you doing with two iPhones? Like, drug dealing? I didn't even know you could drug deal with iPhones. I thought that was like a big no-no. I thought you had to get the old school Nokias, the burner phones. Maybe that's it. Maybe like the new burner phone is another iPhone if you're rich and white. Anyways, I remember her saying that, and I stopped and I had to think to myself, like, did she actually just say that? And her grandparents said something, her granddad or something said something in return. And then whatever she said after that confirmed the fact that she had two phones and she was there to get one of her phones replaced. And it just blew my fucking mind. I was just like, I can't believe that this 16-year-old girl, or whatever the fuck age she was, like she was in high school because she had a high school uniform on. So she's got two phones. I'm like, what the fuck would you need two phones for? Anyways, that is like, I thought of that and I was like, fuck, I feel for these workers I have to deal with, like, pretentious people like this. And I've been in Apple stores a bunch of times. I've had to buy new fucking products, had to get shit fixed. It's just what you got to do. But I always try to, like, go first thing on like a Wednesday morning and hope that no one's there, kind of thing. I try to get that shit early, or do it when there's just not many people around. But man, I've seen some fucked up shit there. Not even fucked up shit. I've just seen like some really shitty customer service there, and yeah, again, like, people want to work at Apple, but they don't understand they have to deal with like these crappy customers. It's just, where do you draw the line? People have this fucking mindset that they buy like, a $2,000 MacBook, right? Spend $2,000 on a laptop, and in the tech space, that's pretty standard. That's not much money at all. And they just think that Apple work for them. It's like the same, it's like, oh, fuck, I don't know what happened to my voice there. It's like the same people who buy stocks and they think they own the company. Exactly the same mindset, So, yeah, it's just like, it's the new wave of Karens. Like, I feel like top tier Karens are patrolling Apple and Kmart. That's it. That's all they're doing, really. Just pissing away their husband's money or whatever. Man, that was pretty stereotypical, but I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying Karens. So don't don't clip this and think that, you know, I don't know why I have to protect myself. But yeah, we walked past and I was like, nah, that seems like my actual nightmare. Plus, there's probably people lining up that just want to look at what's in there. And I'm like, bro, you have an iPhone. Just go on the Apple Store app. Why do you have to go in? Like, yeah, I don't know. This is why I just look at tech reviews and shit. And if I really like it, I just go in and I get it. I'm very impulsive like that. I do like 20% of research and then I do it. So anyways, yeah, if I worked at Apple, I would probably get to the point where I would probably want to take a bath with a toaster if you get what I'm fucking putting down. Speaking of death, we just finished watching this documentary that I have to let you know. I'm not really gonna go into it too much because actually, yeah, I'll kind of go into it because it's my podcast. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So there's a documentary called Surviving Death that one of our friends recommended to us, and it is wild. So it's like a 5-part series, and each episode touches on like a different part of death. And the first episode is like people that had near-death experiences, and not just like the whole, oh, I almost died. Oh, fuck. Those people as well. It's like people was like, almost died once. It's like, oh my God. Granted, I am one of those people, but I don't go around parading it. Oh, it's like, oh, I almost died once. They're exactly the same type of people that were like, when Notre Dame burnt down, people were like, I was just there like 6 years ago. That could have been me. It's like, yeah, but it wasn't. So why the fuck are you posting on social media? It's just like another reason why people just want to kind of get clout online, which I'm going into in a minute. But anyways, yeah, the first episode's about like near-death experiences, and then there's a couple episodes about mediums. If you do plan on watching this documentary, just skip those 2 mediums episode because like, unless you're into it, but there's part of me that I was kind of like, nah, it was hard for me to believe, I guess, when it came to like medium stuff, because a lot of those 2 episodes is about being skeptical of mediums and like mediums trying to like debunk the skeptics and all that type of shit. Anyways, but the last episode about reincarnation blew my fucking mind. You don't have to watch these in any particular order. There's no storyline. Sorry. There's no storyline. It's just all about death. And it's super interesting. I don't know what all of you think about what's going to happen when we die. For those who don't know, actually, no one knows this. I was a huge churchy in like my teenish kind of years, like my early teen years, because I went to like a pretty religious school. I was heavy into it. Just making it sound like a drug habit. Yeah, man, I was heavy into fucking church, man. I was hitting that shit 3 times a week, bro. It was fucking ruining my life. But no, I did like Bible study. I did it all. I went on way to church camps. Like, yeah, I was that dude for a short period of my life. So obviously, me believing in the big man himself, JC, I believed in heaven and I believed in hell. But now that I'm older, well, not that I'm older, it got to a point where I just kind of was like, oh, you know what? This ain't for me. Like that was it. Like I might go into more in depth into that at some point. But yeah, I literally just woke up one day and I was like, this ain't it for me. So I stopped going to church and stopped going to Bible study and all that type of shit. But I still believe in a higher power, only because, and this is like real stoner hours. So if you're, fried out of your mind right now, let's get deep. But I believe in something else after this, because when I look around and you look at life and everything, it's like, how can this happen by chance? You know what I mean? Like, it just, this doesn't feel like this happened by chance. This feels like there was something big something that made all this shit happen. I don't know what it is. And I feel like in essence, like we're all kind of connected in a way. As you can see, it was deep stoner hours. But yeah, that's what I believe in. So I found that documentary really interesting because it helped me solidify a lot of things. And this is the fucking wild thing about this documentary, and I didn't know this, and you probably don't know this as well, that there's people in science that have been studying the afterlife for decades, if not hundreds of years now. And it's like taken really serious in the science world, which blew my mind. I thought science people were all kind of like, well, we don't know what happens when we die, so that's it, kind of thing, you know. And a lot of them just kind of believe that when we die, we die. There's nothing after this. That it's like they don't see like the spiritual side of it. But I didn't realize this. Yeah, there's people that have been studying this shit for decades. Like people that have spent their whole lives in science, dedicated to people that have experienced near death, like that have had near death experiences and all this type of shit. It's super fucking fascinating. So please watch it. I highly recommend it for everyone. And this episode is sponsored by Netflix. No, I'm kidding. Oh, God. Now, going on from death and going back to clout chasing is what I was going at before. Okay, all right. I've been perusing. I don't even know if that's a fucking word, but I've been on TikTok, obviously, it's just a good way to kill time. And you know what? I'm a 29-year-old man. I don't feel like I need to justify my actions anymore. I'm a grown-ass man. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But I was on TikTok. That sounds really defensive as well. It's like, no, I can be on TikTok if I want. It's like, yeah, okay, no one's fucking stopping you, bro. Oh, I'm such an idiot sometimes. Anyways, I've seen a lot of TikToks lately of like kids, and I'm talking like 21 at the absolute max, like kids crying about like people that have recently passed, and like them, but they're making it content because they know they're going to get a lot of sympathy likes, and some of these videos have like millions of likes, you know, so good on them. They got what they wanted in the end. But I'm sorry, but like clout is just not therapy. It's just so unhealthy, and it just blows my mind that people are sharing like these really, really intimate parts of their life. And the internet's forever. So unless TikTok is like Vine and it just disappears off the internet forever. But yeah, these people are just like spilling some really deep shit. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think you need to be posting this and sharing this for millions of people to watch. I really think you need to go to therapy, because it sounds like you went through something really traumatic here, and everyone here are severely underqualified to speak on the matter. So, it honestly rattles my brain that people that do that. I don't know, maybe it's like a generational thing as well. Like I had like a spit online like a couple of years ago about people who take the opportunity to take photos and videos of their loved ones in hospital on their deathbed and use that as clout. And like, whatever, you can have your view on it. I'm not saying one or the other. I'm just saying, for me personally, I would rather post a photo of them in their prime, being like, yo, what's up? Like, just being like, yo, fuck. Imagine just saying, yo, what's up? My boy just died. Nah. Just, you know, remembering them at a healthier point in their life, you know? It's, you know the photos I'm talking about, the ones where they're holding their hand. Could you imagine that? Yo, if you're watching the video version of this is fucking perfect. But if you're not, just switch over for a sec. This is what it's like. It'd just be like, all right, this is them holding their hand. POV, you're my grandma in her deathbed. I don't have any grandparents anymore, but whatever. So it's like, this is holding the hand, and I can see them just being like this, being like, yeah, I'm gonna miss you so much, Grandma. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm really gonna. I'm sorry, Grandma. Can you hold on a sec? I just gotta write this caption. I love my grandma so much. What's something, Grandma? What's something that what's something you can just say right now? I can just quote this in my caption. Okay. Put that in my caption. Bitches aren't shit. Okay. Yep. Hashtags. Oh, it's going on this website real quick and get this hashtag generator. Okay, real quick. And save the drafts. Hey Doc, when's she supposed to go? Oh, tomorrow? Okay, cool, sweet. Sorry, Grandma, just give me a sec. I just gotta schedule my Instagram post. Give me a sec. Just gotta schedule this. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was a morbid bit there. But it's fucking true. That's literally all I can think of when I see people posting photos of them. It's like, man, how fucking disrespectful of them. You're probably not even asking for consent for that. Normally when you take a photo of a friend, if you're out, just being like, yo, I'm going to put this on my story. And they're like, haha, yeah, sick. They don't have that option. They've got bigger things to worry about. Could you imagine that though? Holy fuck, I just imagine someone just being like, oh my God, I'm going to miss you so much, Grandpa. Is it okay if I just put this photo of you on my Instagram? Is that okay? Oh, thank you. Oh fuck, we have fun around here. Yeah, so man, I just find that shit whack. Yeah, that shit blows my mind. Anyways, I think that was a fucking good way to end that one. All right, so we're gonna move on to the last topic of today. We're into business podcast hours. I've been self-employed for almost 10 years now, which is fucking insane to think of. Is this year? I'm talking full-time self-employed as well. Hold up. I knew this was going to happen and he was going to get a call. But give me 10 minutes and I'll call this person back. I just got to hold my phone so the vibrations aren't coming through my microphone. Real tech hours. So yeah, I've been almost full-time, with my shit for nearly 10 years now, which is crazy. I feel very blessed to be in the position that I am, yada, yada, yada. It's really cool. It's really cool that I've been calling the shots in my life for nearly 10 years now, full time. So, I'm going to worry about that later. Okay, that's just work shit I got to figure out, for a shoot. You know me, guys, busy life shooting, speaking of being self-employed. So it's, I've experienced a lot of different people in these almost 10 years. It's been, okay, so this year's been 10 years since I registered this business, and next year will be 10 years since I've been full-time with it. So, over the time, I've experienced a lot of different people when it comes to business side of things. Just all different walks of life, and I was the same. Okay, I'm just gonna try and speed this up, shit, so you don't get bored of this. But when I started out, I'm sorry, man. I'm just getting these fucking messages for a shoot. I gotta wrap this up real quick. This is gonna be a hella short one today. So when I started out, I had a goal that I wanted to be a music video director and I wanted to travel the world, and I did those two things. And I made documentaries and I did all that. It was sick. Now I've moved on, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like my goals are kind of, and I'm not saying that what I'm about to say in the future, in a second, doesn't mean people that have unrealistic goals. But my goals were semi-realistic in a way, as much as I didn't think they were realistic at the time. But I've done that. I've ticked off nearly every single goal that I've done, and that's just basic fucking goal setting. I'm not here to be a business person and be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. But set goals, all right? That's what you need to do in business. It's just 101 shit. So this this is what I'm about to talk about is fucking crazy. Not even crazy, but lately I have noticed the latest trend in the last few years is people that start businesses are all money based. People start a product or they start a tech app or fucking whatever. They start a business and they're like, my goal is to earn X amount of dollars. And that's great if you're money driven. That's cool. But I feel like that is super like hyper unrealistic. You know, I can sit here and say, oh, I'd love to make $1 million. And maybe I'll make $1 million. Maybe I'll fucking make a movie or some shit and I can sell that or whatever, you know. Maybe that'll happen, but that's not my goal. My goal isn't to be like, oh, you know, I want to make $1 million by selling a movie and stuff. My goal would be like, oh, I want to sell a movie to a fucking streaming service or to a studio, whatever, or a script. You know, you get what I'm putting down here. But these people are just like, yeah, I've got this product, and I want to be a millionaire from it. You know, it just blows my mind. Like, that's your goal. It's like, shouldn't your goal be that you care about your product? Like, that's what I think it should be. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to end on that note because I don't understand what people's obsession is with money. Maybe it's because of these like fucking business gurus, and like I'm calling out Gary Vee for a sec because he's the fucking business guru. Because all this shit isn't money based, right? Okay, he's very much like goal setting and, you know, be patient. He just spits out a lot of business 101, but he does it in a way that people fucking listen. People fucking care. Okay, so that's why I put respect on his name. Okay, it's just like, you know, Gary Vee stan. No, I'm not really. I used to be a huge fan, but not really anymore because I feel like I got that value. I moved on with my life, and I'm sure he'd appreciate that. So, fuck, what was I trying to say? But yeah, like, you know, people would see people like Gary Vee and be like, oh, he keeps saying that his company makes like hundreds of millions of dollars. I want to be like that. It's like, why? Have you listened to anything he says? Like, nothing that he says is based around money. You're just making that assumption up. So, yeah, I don't know. That I just kind of wanted to say, if you want to start a business, don't make it money-based because it's fucking bound to fail. Because especially these people that want to set goals of millions of dollars, maybe it's because of like the influencer life, and people say, oh, this influencer gets paid X amount of dollars per post, or, you know, perfect example as well, like, I'm a big fan of Tiny Meat Gang, Cody and Noel. If you haven't already fucking figured that out by the type of comedy that I do. And yeah, they have their numbers public. I was just listening to a podcast this morning, and let's just fucking pull this up. They make $80,000 a month, just shy of $80,000 a month on their podcast. But, you know, and they've got their own other things. They're making good money, okay? But that's nothing. That's not what they wanted to start out doing. You know, they've said it before on other podcasts. Like, when they started doing music, the first song they did was just a joke. And they did it to make fun of people like Jake Paul, who were YouTubers trying to be like musicians. And now they've got a fucking record deal. Like, that is fucking sick, you know. And I know you're listening to this and you're like, oh wow, this is like real TMG fan hours, but you can't help but not appreciate the fucking work that they put in. That's really aspiring for a lot of people. So anyways, that's all I kind of want to say on that, to end that note on. Just do something that you fucking love and everything will figure itself out. It's what I did. I didn't even think money was a thing. I remember the first time I got paid for a gig, I didn't even offer money. I was just shooting bands for free because I liked doing it. And that's all I cared about. Money wasn't anything. And then this band came up to me like, yo, how much do you charge for like one of your promo videos? Because this is back before social media. The only social media that did video was YouTube. So I used to do like 2-minute recaps of like a band's night or something like that. Because people actually fucking gave a shit back then, and their, you know, attention span was longer than 3 seconds. So I did that, and yeah, this band came up to me like, how much do you charge for these recaps? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't know you couldn't even make money for this. I was like, $50. And they're like, yeah, sick. And I was like, fuck, $50, I'm rich as. Yeah, yeah, fuck it. I'll quickly end this on like my first like bit of finance. This is how much I didn't know about business and money when I started out, which is crazy because my dad is a business owner, well, was a company owner. He's not dead, he's just retired. So I just wanted to do it on my own. I never really asked my dad for help or kind of advice or anything like that because I knew he didn't understand the creative industry either. So I was just kind of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck. But I did promo videos, which, mind you, I'd film a band and I'd spend like a couple of days editing that video and I'd charge $250 for it. Now, $250 like 10 years ago was a shitload of money. So like for me at least anyways, and I had like really low expenses. So I was stoked. I wasn't anywhere near making a lot of money. Like I'd do maybe 2 of those promo videos a month. So like 500 a month. And then I'd do a music video for like $1,000. Actually, no, I was doing music videos for like $500. And then when I moved to Melbourne, I started doing music videos for $1,000. So that goes to show the kind of struggle that I had because I didn't know fucking anything about money. I was just like, $1,000 makes sense. I didn't realize, I didn't understand back then how much I was devaluing myself. But that's just to kind of give you an idea of where I started at in terms of business charging and whatnot. Anyways, I've got to wrap this up. Shit. It's nearly 10:30 and I got so much shit to do today. But thank you again so much for tuning into this episode of the Mates Rates podcast. If you are listening on iTunes, give it a 5-star rating. I'd really appreciate that. If you're listening on Spotify, good for you because I don't do any of that rating shit. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I had a brain aneurysm then. I just fucking forgot what it was. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, tell her, and I've got an email as well. I gotta say this at the start of the podcast because I feel like it gets lost at the end here. But I do have an email, and I'd love to hear your stories, or if you got something that you want to hear me talk about on the podcast. You can either get at me at the Mates Rates Podcast on Instagram or my email at matesratespod@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for tuning to another episode of the Mates Rates Podcast. I enjoy you. I love your face. I love everything about you, and I'll see all you beautiful motherfuckers next week. Love, peace, see ya.